Hello traders. Today I'm going to discuss about a topic which has been requested by many members, which is nothing but blue ratio. So, okay, blue ratio is nothing but an extra confluence you can take with your regular order flow setups. So, that's blue ratio. Blue ratio you can set it up in your indicator already. The order flow indicator what we are using. So you can always set and you can set according to your requirement, but the standard defaults are 28 and less than 0.699. I'm going to show you how you can set it up and how you can use it. So if I go to any order flow chart here, say for example, and if you right click, go to that indicators. So this is the order flow indicator, and you'll see there, let me scroll up, there is a thing called, yeah, you can see this is ratio bound high and ratio bound low. Ratio bounds high is 28 and ratio bounds low is 0.699, and the color is blue. That means that when the ratio bounds high will be 28 or higher than 28, then the color will be printed as blue, and when the ratio bounds low less than 0.699, then the color will be also printed as blue. Okay, so which number I'm talking about, this 20 and 0.699? How do you get this number? So number is nothing but these two numbers we have to divide and check for the logic. Say for example, this one, we have a 1 on the first slot and we have a 61 at the second slot. So this 61 divided by 1 is 61. And if it is more than 28, 28 or more than 28, then this will be printed as blue. Okay, so the second slot divided by the first slot from the top, if it is more than 28 or 28, then this color will be blue. And this is called ratio bound high. And this is also ratio bound high. See, 133 divided by 3 or something. This is all also, the result is 33.33, and which is more than 28. So that's why this is also printed blue. And these numbers, when we can see 0.2273, these are also, you can see, less than 0.699. So the software is set according to this. You can always change it according to your requirement. The software is set up that if ratio bounds high at 28 or more than 20, then the color will be blue, like this, 33.33. You see the blue. And when the ratio bounds low is less or equal to 0.699, then also the color will be blue. These are. So we have now ratio bound high and ratio bounds low. So ratio bounds high, in a summary, if I can summarize this one, then the ratio bounds high are those blue numbers which are more than 28. And the ratio bounds low are those blue colors which are less than 0.699. Sorry, this one, less than 0.699. These are ratio bounds low, and ratio bounds higher which are more than 28. Similarly, these blue numbers can be printed anywhere. It can be printed on top and also at the bottom, like this. This is also a blue ratio, which is ratio bound low because it is less than 0.699. Correct? Now, if you can look into this chart, 6B, 30 minutes. So these are ratio bounds low, right? Because these are less than 0.699. That's why they are printed blue and they are ratio bound low. And this is ratio bound high because this is more than 28 and it's printed blue. The setups I like to add with this ratio bounds high and ratio bounds low, mainly ratio bounds high, where the number is more than 28 and printed blue, those are definitely used for a rejection setup. For a rejection setup, say these are getting rejected from VWAP or something, see, like this one. If I can see a order flow setup, because here I can see a single print setup and also a blue ratio, and this is ratio bound high, and at the same time this is getting rejected from this VWAP. So these kind of setups, also if you check, the deltas are very strong. Negative deltas are very strong at here. This is a nice setup, which is a ratio bound high blue ratio, rejecting from VWAP with other order flow setups. So this will just an extra confluence. This blue ratio, this ratio bound high, is an extra confluence to tell you that yes, market is at your side. I mean, sellers are still defending. This ratio bound high. Okay. Now the ratio bounds low is nothing but we can use them as a support resistance level, like this. Here we got a ratio bound low because this is less than 0.699, and it's also rejecting from VWAP, but this level can be used in later. So like these setups we take at the same time. When we're getting a ratio bound high, we just take these setups. When you get the ratio bound high rejecting from VWAP, we just take these setups. We just sell it from there. Or we can take action after seeing this ratio bound high type of blue ratio. But when we see ratio bound low type of setups, which are also blue ratio, then we wait for the price to come back to the same zone again, and then we can look for some setup to trade back this buy. So this is ratio bound low, correct? This is ratio bound low. So when this ratio bound low setup came, I'm not going to buy it directly from here. Rather, I'll wait for the price to come back again here at the same level in this zone, and then I'll maybe look for lower time frame setups or something here. Maybe if we get a one more blue ratio, that means okay, good, this is really confluencing me. Yes, buy again, because this is already a strong zone, already a strong zone of ratio bounds low. And after seeing the ratio bound low, I'm not going to buy directly. I'm going to wait for the price to come back here within 8 to 10 candles. Remember, within 8 to 10 candles. And then if I get another setup, then I'll buy. But in case of ratio bound high type of blue ratio, when I'm getting the rejection, I just don't wait for anything. I just sell. I just take action, because this is rejection. This is already saying that yeah, it's rejected and now it's going to move. And this is kind of supply demand or support resistance, that okay, these levels can be used in future. Hope is clear for you. Another thing I wanted to say, so in summary, blue ratio is nothing but an extra confluence you can take. Remember, the ratio bounds high we can think of as in rejection setups, and ratio bounds low are some kind of a level which can be used later when the price comes back to that level again, like this we used. Okay, one more thing I wanted to say about the timing. This is an Euro USD buy setup happened last week only. But remember, okay, first of all, see, this is a very good zone. Why this is a very good zone? Because now, if you know supply demand, or yeah, or order blocks or supply demand, then you know this is a very good demand. It cleared all those previous all-time highs, liquidities. It's a nice level, and I look for these kind of moves. If you have, yeah, if you have watched my last videos, then you know that I look for these kind of moves, strong moves, and let the price come back to the zone again. When the price came back to this zone again, remember the timing. Don't trade all the times. Trade London or New York, maybe say London 2 hours and New York 2 to 3 hours. Don't trade outside these hours because timing is very, very important. Price and timing both are very, very important, because I was also placing some of my trades, say before New York I was placing some trades and I was also seeing some losing trades. But when I saw the timing is very important and you were only trading these hours, London 2 hours and New York starting 2 to 3 hours, you'll get more success. Here we see a nice zone, very good zone. Price moved aggressively from here, almost 90-degree move, right? And when the price came back to that zone again, let me open my session indicator. There's a session indicator which will tell you the New York session starts, London session starts. See where the New York is starting, exactly at this candle. This is the candle when New York started. And see the move. You might be getting a very, very good order flow setup here also, but don't take that trade. Maybe you can get also a good setup here, but don't take the trade. Wait for the proper timing. Now this is 6, this is Euro USD M15. Now let's go to 6E chart. What happened that time? Why I could buy this setup and from when? Right? If I go to 6E chart, that's the area. See here. That's the area. This is the area. What you're seeing here. This is the candle. New York starting. This is the candle. New York started. We saw our all order flow setups. Huge sellers trap. Almost 200 contracts it seems. 200, 150 to 200 sellers got trapped here. Also we got single print. What we got here, let's check. Yeah, here we got almost 160 sellers contract trapped, and we got single print. That means sellers are also exhausted, right? So if I can show you what we got here, we got these many sellers are trapped. 100 and almost 60 or 70 sellers are trapped, and we saw this nice single print. Sellers are getting exhausted. What also we saw here, that's the confluence I'm talking about now. That's the blue ratio. This is the ratio bound high because it is more than 28 and printed blue. That's an extra confluence we are getting, blue ratio, which is saying you that buyers are defending their positions. So that means you are getting your all order flow setups along with the blue ratio, which is an extra confluence. So that makes the trade super. That makes the trade nice, a superb trade. And when this is happening? At New York opening. That's the trade. See? Here. And you saw the price moved, like really nice movement we saw here. So if you have open your position, say after this candle, because that's the candle, right? We saw all those. That's my setup candle. And if I place my stop loss here, 6 pips, still 1 is to 3, you'll get definitely 1 is to 3. Yeah, 3.163, 1 is to 3 you'll be getting definitely, because that's my setup. Hope you understood that this is the candle. That's the candle you saw in the New York opening. This is the bullish candle, New York opening, 15 minutes, and the same candle you're seeing here. That's the one. This is the one. And you see your order flow setups. Sellers are trapped, huge sellers are trapped, single print, and extra confluence is ratio bound high type of blue ratio. And this blue ratio is an extra confluence telling you that buyers are defending their position. And we saw the move after that. Here also, same. I hope you got some value from this. I'll be coming up with few more videos definitely. But till then, bye bye. Take care.